Good day. This is a follow-up to a couple of videos I made on a no start issue on my 1988 Toyota truck. I specifically have a Toyota 4Runner, but I had a crank but no start issue, which I was able to remedy with the help of this great book and the multimeter, of course. Anyhow, I'm going to get to a couple of things that I didn't touch on that I just figured may help with the fix. Figured, yeah, this is a great book, Toyota Technical Manual, which I use to help diagnose my no-stop problem. But I'm going to show you, because I had a little problem getting my connections apart for the temp switch that I had removed, and the coolant switch, the coolant sensors. There's a little lock spring on it so you can be able to pull it away. And I also wanted to give you the flow chart, which I used to go ahead and start my diagnosis when I went and see. The very first thing I asked you to do is check the diagnostic codes. So this is the beginning of the flow chart. I'm going to stay on this, and I am going to scroll down, and so these, see the symptom: difficulty to start or no start, but crank's okay. So these are the checks in order to be able to help you not pull your hair out and have some sort of semblance of going forward and not going forward back and everything else. But this chart here will help you go in the right direction, and there you are. So there's the chart. So the next thing I think I want, oh yes, and I had talked about retrieving the codes, but after you go ahead and, if you do believe you fixed it, this is the way to cancel out the diagnostic codes so you can start with a clear computer to check your if any of those codes pop up again. But you see the kick panel on the driver's side, the fuse that is labeled EFI. It's a 15 amp fuse, and here's what you do after repairing the troubled area. I'm sure you folks can read the rest. There you go. Cancellation. I'll just go ahead and scroll down on that. Okay. In the next section, what do I got here? When I had talked about the air intake, remember I talked about the little flapper door? That's the little door that moves when you crank, when you turn it over. And that's how the fuel pump activates. So there's the little door. There's one of the other little culprits that keeps it from starting if you have a no start issue, if the fuel pump's not operating. But I explained that in the other video, but I just wanted to show you that. And when I talked about all the connections on it, what I meant was specifically all where the air hoses connect to. The main one that goes over to the EFI unit, and the other ones that go in between. There's like two smaller, like 5/8 hoses that connect to the to that whole little airbox thing. All of those need to be tight. Make sure there's all clamps on all of those, because there's any breach there, that door will not operate properly and you'll have problems. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, yes, and the other problem I had too, and I talked about the no start, there's I had another issue that I forgot to mention. About a year ago, 2 years ago, I had the same issue, and I thought I had remedied it, but I had a leak around my windshield, and what it did was it dripped water on that circuit, that relay that's underneath the dash there. So that was a problem too. So make sure, double check and check that relay. I believe it's underneath this, as it's shown here, underneath the passenger side dash, over on the kick panel near the ECU. There's a relay there that I had water that was dripping on it, and it shorted it out. So you may want to look there too. Obviously there's a diagnostics for that, but obviously a quick visual will be able to tell you that. But that was another problem I had. But yeah, that's all I wanted to touch on. If there's any other questions, please feel free to ask, and I would be more than happy to look it up, or if I got the information, certainly we're going to pass it along. So hopefully this information helps, and good luck with your repair.